If you want to start knitting, the first thing you're going to need to know is how to get the yarn onto your needles. This is called casting on, and there are a ton of ways to do this, but I'm going to show you a really common one that's beginner friendly, but also very beautiful, and it's called the long tail cast on. I'm going to go over this technique and then give you a few tips at the end once you have the hang of it, and I'm going to put some slow-mo footage at the end for anyone who finds that helpful. So we actually only need one needle to start. And we're going to make a slip knot with our yarn. But first, we need to calculate how much tail we're going to use. So when you have the yarn on the needles, let's just say that this yarn is on the needle, your yarn is kind of divided into two sections now. So we have the working yarn, and that's the yarn that's attached to the ball. And then on the other side of your needle, you have what's called the tail. And since this is called the long tail cast on, we need a long tail. And the trick to knowing how long of a tail you need is you want to take the measurement of your finished product and multiply it by 3. Your pattern should tell you what number that is. So if my finished project was just about as long as this needle, then I could take the yarn, then you would need 3 lengths, like that. But the trick that I like best is you can wrap your yarn around your needle in an approximation of how many stitches you need. So if you need to cast on 10 stitches, you wrap your yarn around your needle 10 times. And then for both techniques, you want to add a little bit extra tail. I would say no less than 4 inches, because you're going to want to have extra to weave in when your project is all finished. And then that is the point where you make your slip knot. In order to make a slip knot, what you want to do is take your 2 fingers and lay your yarn over the top of them. Grip it with your thumb. Now wrap it around once, and then wrap it around another half time and tuck this yarn up in through the back. And now take your fingers out and pull tight. And there you have your slip knot. So we put our needle into the slip knot and tighten. So now we're going to start our cast on technique. So we're going to grab these 2 pieces of yarn that are hanging down. We're going to use these 2 fingers and grab them against our palm. Now I like to think of this as like peeking in through a tent. So you take these 2 fingers and you just peek in through the flaps. Now take the needle and pull it down. So you see we just pull it down like this, and it makes this slingshot grip. So we have 4 strands of yarn here. We have the left side strands and the right side. I just want you to worry about the left side ones. Unless you're left-handed, then it'll be the opposite. But these are what we're going to be working with. So what you want to do is take your needle and put it underneath the piece by your thumb. We're going to come in and pick up the piece, go underneath the one by your forefinger. Again, just both the left sides. And now we bring it through this hole that we've created by the thumb. We can take our thumb and our forefinger out and just tighten. It's kind of best to tighten like this, like we're peeking through the tent again. Okay? And that's it. And we just do that over and over again until you have the amount of stitches that you need. So again, we are taking our yarn against our palm, peeking in through the tent, pulling down so we see the slingshot, and now we go under the thumb, under the forefinger, and then through that hole, release and tighten. Something I want to point out too, if you are casting on, the slip knot does count as your first stitch. So right now I have 3 stitches on. Okay, so you don't have to do this every time. I'm just showing you that so you can kind of get the hang of it. Pulling down. And once you get the hang of it, you can just keep going. And it is definitely better to have more tail than you need, especially when you're beginning, because not only is it frustrating to have just not quite enough tail to work with, but if you have to redo this a bunch, your yarn can start to fray. And then you wasted yarn, and that's not fun. And there is what the cast on looks like. That is really pretty. And a tip I wanted to give you is that if you have one available, I would use a size bigger needle to cast on, or maybe even two, because this cast on can be a little bit tight. And if you don't have a size bigger, or maybe you just don't want to get up from your couch to go grab one, you can double up your needles. This can be a little trickier for beginners though, because it's easy to catch the tip of one of the needles and not clear all of the yarn. This just helps make everything nice and loose and easy to work with when you're starting. And now here's some slow-mo video if you are still having a little bit of trouble